When you're ready.
Hasn't hit 10 yet, according to.
That clock says 10.
Yeah.
All right, we'll go with that clock. It is, we're going to reconvene the April 11th, 2022 meeting of the Delaware County Board of Commissioners. And I'm Vice President Jeff Benton. To my left is fellow Commissioner Gary Merrill. President Commissioner Barb Lewis is not here today. So we do have the reconvening to open the hearing. So Jennifer, if you could.
Resolution number 22-275, reconvening of final hearing to address the Rybob number 620 watershed drainage improvement petition project.
So moved.
Second, discussion. Vote.
Vote on motion 22-275. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Resolution number 22-276, in the matter of approving for a specific occurrence a suspension of Rule 3, speaker registration, Rule 4, limitations, and Rule 7, public comment procedures from rules governing public comment before the Board of County Commissioners of Delaware County, Ohio.
So moved.
Second, discussion. Vote.
Vote on motion 22-276. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye. All right, the hearing is now open. We've established the rules. I will read some notes on this continuation of the final hearing of the Ryboff 620 Watershed Drainage Improvement Petition Project. Today is April 11, 2022. This is a continuation of, I believe, a December 6, 2021 final hearing. So I'd like to welcome everyone to the continuation of the final hearing for the consideration of the Ryboff 620 Watershed Drainage Improvement Petition Project. There is a sign-in sheet available. We ask that you please sign in. There are also copies of the map available for anyone who may want to see that. Previously, the County Engineer and Soil and Water Conservation District covered a report on the project. Testimony occurred. The board heard information on claims for damages, allowed claims, and continued the hearing to allow the preparation and notification of recalculated assessments. So this hearing is to give the people in the district the opportunity to discuss those recalculated assessments. Today, the board may decide whether to find in favor of the improvement, affirm the order, confirm the assessments, and approve the payment schedule, or the board may dismiss the petition by setting aside the order. The board considers the following in their decision: whether the board hereby finds that the proposed improvement is necessary, that it will be conducive to the public welfare. The board also finds that it is reasonably certain that the cost of the proposed improvement will be less than the benefit. If there is new testimony to offer, we will work our way through the participants. Again, I'd like to focus today's testimony on the recalculation of the assessments. We'll head in that direction. Those speaking for or against the project must be either an owner, as defined in section 6131.01 of the revised code, or an attorney speaking on behalf of an owner. During testimony, you will be asked to take an oath. The board may choose to continue the hearing if we so decide. So with that, I will now, there is no report to read, correct, Brad or Chris? Okay, so we will move to the testimony section phase. If anybody wishes to speak in favor of the recalculated assessments, I would ask them to do that at this point. One more offer. If anybody wants to speak in favor of the recalculated assessments, now is the time. Okay. We will move on to anyone who wishes to speak in opposition to the recalculated assessments. Again, anyone wishing to speak in opposition to the recalculated assessments? Okay.
We did have one letter.
Yes,
that
we did get
was
one letter.
submitted, that we should acknowledge receipt of from the Schwartz.
Yes, we did get a letter from Keith and Virginia Schwartz, who stated that they would like to change their position regarding lateral number 3 to vote in favor of the project. So that is acknowledged into the records. That was
We're
the
staying
only
in. Did you have something you wanted to add? Was that,
Yeah, that was it.
was it? Okay.
So that was the only communication?
Yes.
Okay. All right, well, with,
I would ask that we, if I don't hear, I
since
close the
there's
hearing.
nobody wishing to speak in testimony, Commissioner Merrill?
I would ask that we read the motion to close the hearing.
Resolution number 22-277, in the matter of closing the public hearing to address the RIBOB number 620 watershed drainage improvement petition project.
So moved.
Second, discussion, vote?
Vote on motion 22-277. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Okay, next is to
So,
approve the main. I guess we got to go through the main, the lateral 1 and lateral 3.
yeah, there's progression there, I think, just
Yeah.
direct Jennifer to go through.
Okay.
And the-
Resolution number 22-278, in the matter of finding in favor of the improvement and affirming the order for the main part of the RIBOB number 620 watershed drainage improvement project.
So moved.
Second, discussion. Since we found in favor at the last one, no, this is a recalculation. I support the recalculation. So Jennifer, if you could take the vote?
Okay, would the board like to state the reasons for finding in favor?
Going back to the requirement, the board, I, as a member of the board, find that the proposed improvement is necessary. It will be conducive to the public welfare, and we're reasonably certain that the cost of the proposed improvement will be less than the benefit. So for all three of those reasons, I support this.
And we basically found that all those criteria were met in earlier. This is just
Right.
mainly the calculation, so.
Yeah, redoes the allocations.
The board has
The
never,
assessments were recalculated, but you had not previously made any findings under the statute. The findings you made were at the first hearing. You have not made your decision in terms of the necessity of the improvement, whether it's conducive to the public welfare and the cost-benefit analysis, because
Okay.
we never got to that point in
Waiting,
hearing,
okay.
because the assessments had to be recalculated after the damages and compensation issues.
Thanks for the clarification.
Yep.
all right. Vote on motion 22-278. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Resolution number 22-279, this is for the main, in the matter of commissioners confirming the assessments, approving the payment schedule, and ordering the letting of contracts for the main part of the RIBOB number 620 watershed drainage improvement project.
So moved.
Second, discussion, vote?
Vote on motion 22-279. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
That brings us to the middle of page 567. Resolution number 22-280. This will be consideration for the lateral. Number 1, resolution number 22-280, in the matter of finding in favor of the improvement and affirming the order for the lateral number 1 of the RIBOB number 620 watershed drainage improvement project.
So moved.
Second, discussion. Eric, do we need to go through the approval of the, or recognition of the three for each of the components of this petition?
The board is free to have whatever discussion you
Okay,
wish.
okay.
I mean, the resolution speaks for itself.
Okay. Well, I would come to the conclusion that the proposed improvement is necessary and will conducive to the public welfare, and the cost of the proposed improvement will be less than the benefit for lateral number 1 in the RIBOF 620. All right, let's take a vote.
Vote on motion 22-280. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Resolution number 22-281, in the matter of commissioners confirming the assessments, approving the payment schedule, and ordering the letting of contracts for lateral number 1 of the RIBOB 620 watershed drainage improvement project.
So moved.
Second, discussion, vote.
Vote on motion 22-281. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Resolution number 22-283, in the matter of finding in favor of the improvement and affirming the order for the lateral number 3 of the RIBOB number 620 watershed drainage improvement project.
So moved.
Second, discussion. I would again affirm that I think the proposed improvement is necessary for lateral number 3. It will be conducive to public welfare, and it's reasonably certain the cost of the proposed improvement will be less than the benefit. So Jennifer, let's take a vote.
Vote on motion 22-283. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
For the record, I did not utilize resolution number 22-282. Resolution number 22-284, in the matter of commissioners confirming the assessments, approving the payment schedule, and ordering the lettering of contracts for lateral number 3 of the Rybob 620 Watershed Drainage Improvement Project.
So moved.
Second, discussion, vote?
Vote on motion 22-284. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Okay, I think that's the end of the, hearing's been closed, all the resolutions for the hearing have been passed.
Yes.
And that brings us to the end of the session. Anybody have anything further? Here,
Just want to thank everybody who's involved in these hearings and for your participation and your, the process works because people like you are willing to be part of the process, and thank you very much for that.
Yeah, this was a very complicated one, but I think we came to the right resolution. So again, thank you as well. We are dismissed.
We are